He did an unbelievable job. He put his fist where his mouth was, and he had a great win tonight. Tito Ortiz.
You guys don't even know. All the pressure, everything that I've worked for. 21 years I've been in this game of mixed martial arts. I've been through the worst of the worst. I've been through the highs of the highs, like no other. Becoming a world champion after a year and a half of competition, losing my world title after 5 title defenses, being on one of the top promotions in the world, and then thrown to the wolves. I'm thankful for Lorenzo Fertitta, Dana White, Frank Fertitta for giving me the opportunity to build a Tito Ortiz. But I really got to thank my fans having my back from all of these years of 21 years. Because now I can look at it and I can be thankful for Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion just starting something new. Golden Boy Promotion has been amazing for me up to this point because they've been nothing but respectful. They treated me with nothing but respect and class, and that's the way fighters should be treated. When I spoke with Oscar and he told me, he goes, Tito, you gotta understand, I was a fighter. When I got into promotion, I wanted to give back to the fighters. I smiled at him, I was like, I've been trying to do the same damn thing the last 20 years. Well, I've had the biggest stage in the world to get that opportunity to do. The last week we did so much promotion. Everywhere in Los Angeles we hit. I mean, from Lean to Power 106, all across the United States. Hopefully the pay-per-view did well. I'm hoping it did well because me and Chuck will reap the rewards from it. Once again, I got to be thankful for Oscar. Got to be thankful for Jerry, and of course Tattoo, who was another guy who did Mike Tyson's Bite the Mic. I met him at the Staples Center, and he said, "Hey Tito, man, hey you should come on my podcast with Oscar De La Hoya or with Mike Tyson." I was like, "Yeah, of course I'll do it." Well, here's my number, and it was just acquaintance. I went on Bite the Mic with Mike Tyson. And at that point, Chuck was already calling me out. I reached out to Dana White and he said, no, we're not gonna do this fight. No possible way, I don't want nothing to do with it. Because he knew what was gonna happen. I said something on Bite the Mic saying, what if Oscar would be interested in doing it? And this guy right here, like, is jumping at this. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Well, a week later, I was in a meeting with Golden Boy and Oscar. I text Chuck and I said, Chuck, I think we put this fight together. You still want to do it? The next text I got from his manager saying, stop texting Chuck. Well, I guess we got the fight together. Next week he was in a meeting with Oscar and we signed it. My camp started and that was 19 weeks ago. I put in everything I need to do for this fight. I could show people out there that no matter what surgeries you've gone through, what hard times you've gone through in relationships, just as long as you keep your mind focused and positive and have positive people around you, you can achieve anything in this world. And I'm proof in the pudding. I'm a kid who came from nothing. A week ago, I went to talk to my father, first time in 7 years, and I forgave him because he only knew as good as he was taught. He only knew as good as he wanted to learn. He was a heroin addict who's on methadone now, and he's 80 years old. And I went to him and I said, you know what, Dad? I forgive you because I understand how hard it is to be a parent. I understand how hard it is to be a man because I lived through the same thing through my life 5 years ago when I had to leave my ex and I had to give my kids a brighter future. My girlfriend Amber that's here, she saved my life. She showed me what love truly was. I thought I could never love a woman again. And she's my backbone. Amber, I love you. Like, people don't, you guys, like, whoever's going through hard times in life, whoever's going through things that you don't think you can get through it, I just hold down, bite down, and just get through it. Do the right things, do positive things, do things to give back. On Thanksgiving, I had to make weight. First time in 21 years I couldn't have a Thanksgiving dinner with my family because I usually have Thanksgiving dinner at my house. So I called my publicist. I said, Michael Levine, is there any possible way that you can get me to a shelter that I can go feed the homeless? He said, yeah, I got you. He texted me, he goes, go to the Laugh Factory. I showed up to the Laugh Factory at 2:30, and they said to be there at 3, but I showed up at 2:30 because I tried to be punctual. I served from 3 o'clock until 6:30. And I served 2 different helpings to people who are less fortunate. And it just made my heart feel so warm to be able to give back. And I was so damn thankful just to be in that situation, because as a kid growing up, I was one of those kids that were sitting in their family eating a free Thanksgiving dinner. And it's crazy how life turns around, because it comes full circle always. I woke up this morning and I was nervous. I was not sure of what was going to happen. I know how dangerous Chuck is. I know how dangerous his punches are. And it was a feeling in my body that almost like an empty feeling, and I didn't understand. And I was talking to my son Jacob, and I said, Jacob, I'm so nervous. He goes, Dad, I'm nervous too. And he goes, but you know what, Dad, I watched something online, and they said, if you could turn that nervousness into happiness, you'll think of it a totally different way. When he said that to me, and this is a 16-year-old kid who's telling me this, my son, and he turned that nervousness into happiness, and from that point out on, I knew I was going to win this fight. Yes, the hard work I put in for 18 weeks, but to have the support and everything that just turned around. When I was cutting weight yesterday at my hotel, I come out of cutting weight, and all of a sudden the Notre Dame comes walking out, the college football team. And I was like, Notre Dame, wow, that's pretty damn cool. As a kid growing up, I always watched it, and I have Irish in myself, and I was like, cool if I take a picture with you guys. And I was like, the luck of the Irish, the fighter in Irish. Is this all like meant to be? Am I meant to be sitting right here with my hand raised knowing that I beat Chuck Liddell finally? He came out saying he's gonna knock me out in the first round. Oops, I didn't mean to mess up his night. So I knocked his ass out in the first round, excuse me. I wanna thank everybody for supporting me, all my fans, everybody who believed in me, and all the ones who didn't believe in me. Take the hatred out of your heart, because at the end of the day, we all should be happy. Golden Boy, Jerry, Oscar, if you're watching, thank you so much. You guys have witnessed the beginning of something great, something new to give back to the fighters. And that's Golden Boy MMA. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'll take a couple questions.
Start right here. You were very confident in there. You were smiling, you were grinning, you were kind of hanging on. What gave you that confidence? Think about him and how he looked there and how he's moving, that gave you confidence.
I think the confidence came down to my sparring partners. You know, Herdine, Moses, Jay, who fought tonight, also Jay Silva, who fought tonight. These guys are younger. You know, yeah, Jay's in his 30s, later 30s, but the other guys, they're still not even 30 yet. They're fast, and I mean, we're sparring. I think I sparred 16 times for this camp, twice a week, and we're doing three 5-minute rounds. Their speed is just like unridiculously fast. When Chuck was punching at me, I was like, it was like a slow one. I was like, slip, slip, slip. I was like, oh. And then I think about 2.5 minutes into it, he threw a jab and like caught me, and it was so slow. I was like, I can't believe I just got touched right now. I was like, this guy. And I hit him back, and I was like, I hit him again. And I went to go through a right hand, and he fell. And I thought I hit him, but I didn't. I guess it was just a slip. And I came up, and I hit him with a left hook. And I saw his eyes kind of go, ooh. And I was like, oh, I heard him, I think. I just kept the pressure, kept the pressure, kept the pressure. I wasn't gonna wrestle. This fight was never about wrestling. I faked him out the whole time, telling him I'm gonna take him down. And it was funny because in the press conference when I said that I'm gonna take you down, I'm gonna bash you with my elbows. And he was like, oh, he let his secret out, he let his secret out. No, that wasn't a secret. I was gonna stand up and punch him. I believe in my hands because I'm sparring with the best guys in the world right now that are in my gym at Ruka. You know, Jason Perillo believes in me. I put my work in, and it showed tonight. I mean, I was, you get that feeling of, is this the last one? I want it to be. There's a lot of pressure to impose your will on someone like that. Every single fight is really, really hard. There's so much pressure to do that, and I've been doing it for 21 years. Now, if I can step out of that game and do it the right way of being a promoter and helping fighters cup and growing and grow the next Tito Ortiz's, grow the next Chuck Liddells, grow the next Rampage Jacksons, Hoist Gracies, Ken Shamrocks, Conor McGregor's, and give them an opportunity to make the real money in here. Because like I said, when I spoke to Oscar, when he said, you understand, I'm a fighter. I am now a promoter, and I want to give back to the fighters. I said, Oscar, I've been saying the same shit. So I'm just thankful to be where I am tonight.
Looking back now, do you feel like Chuck should have come back? Do you think that was a good idea for him?
If I was his manager, no. I mean, Primetime 360 is my management company, and I would have told Chuck, no, let's get you an ambassador job. Let's promote your name and get you signings. I mean, do other means of ways of making money. But I mean, you can't hold someone back if they believe in something. That they want to do. I mean, they want to fight. They want to continue to fight. You gotta let them walk out on their own. That's just the right thing. We're human. I mean, we want to make mistakes. I mean, I want to fail. I fail all the time. People bash on me all the time because of my interviews. Like, oh, Tito said this, Tito said that, and past tense or present tense. I mess up. I'm human. But I want to fail because then I can look back on it and go, you know what, next time I want to make that same mistake. And all of us are human. We all make mistakes. But if you're able to correct yourself, then you're learning from it. If you don't correct yourself, you're ignorant and you'll never learn.
Over here. Tito, here.
Yes.
Piggybacking on what you just said about promoting more and not really stopping stuff, because it really helps. You know, all on the roster as a fighter is a healthy move.
Well, I mean, if Chuck wants to fight, I mean, of course not as main event, but if he still wants to fight, let's fight him an opponent. Let's fight him someone that isn't a Tito Ortiz. I'm vicious, guy. I mean, I took off a year. I took off a year because I had neck surgery. But just the way I train, the way I am, my mentality as a fighter, my mentality as a man, my mentality as just a father, I work really, really hard. And people got to understand that. That's why I'm able to perform the way I did. I mean, I don't want to take nothing away from Chuck. If he wants to compete, let him compete. I mean, maybe not as a main card. I mean, not as a main event. No, of course not. But I mean, let's find him someone that's a tune-up fight for him, because I wasn't a tune-up fight.